welcome back to World of Tanks with Tomahawks, and like I said, today we have the 9.10 test server for you. And you already see this big ass monster. It's the long awaited Japanese heavy line, has just arrived fresh out of the box. Let's have a look at these monsters and start at the lowest tier. Have a quick glance on the tech tree with this Igo Chiro. Advanced to the Type 91, Type 95, the OI Experimental, the OI Oni Oho, Type 4 and Type 5. Interesting names for you right there. Let's check first this little tiny cute sort of Renault FT17 looking kind of thing. Pretty terrible. 17 hull armor, 15 turret armor, and yeah, nothing to write home about actually. So let's quickly advance to the Type 91. This is the bit bigger, sort of a French looking tank as well. And also this flat front with only 20 millimeters and 20 millimeters of both the turret and the hull is not going to be any good. Just one click forward, we're going to have a replay of the tier 8 and the tier 9 coming up right after this. But first let's advance to the tier 4. This thing also looks kind of French. It's also big, only 30 millimeters, 35 on the turret. Also nothing to be excited about. Here it starts to get interesting as you see the complete screen being filled with a monster, and it's ugly. You can only say it's ugly. That's, yeah, more or less it. It's freaking huge as well. Just have a look as I click this tiger and go back. It's big. It's enormous. Okay, nice slope going on here. Sort of a little slope here. It's only 75 millimeters, but you have these turrets here, which are actually not much of weak spots, and the slope turret on the front here. So the best thing is to keep the turret pointing straight at the enemy, because if you turn it slightly, this will become a flat surface and it's easy to penetrate. The whole side is completely flat, so that's bad news, especially encountering KV2s and such, and that's very likely if you have a tier 5. The rear is actually quite still well armored, with a decent slope here and sort of a slope there. Maybe you can use this by going hull down and going backwards, just like the KV5. Quick to notice, if you take the short barrel, this thing is even more hideous. Look at it, it's ridiculous. Okay, quickly advancing to the tier 6, the OI. Basically the same ugliness on tracks. The better news, however, is the 150 millimeters on the turret and the hull. 70 millimeters still on the sides. Please keep those away from enemy fire. And the choice of guns, you have actually a derp gun on it with 121 average penetration and 700 damage. If you start using the heat shells, they are available for gold. You can do an average penetration of 150. The other one is a bit higher rate of fire, almost double. This 10 centimeter cannon looks also a bit more serious. However, this gun mantlet or carrier, how you want to call it, is pretty darn ugly as well. Penetration 175, which is about quite decent for tier 6, but it's still enormous, so you're gonna suffer from that. Just coming back to the tiger here, yeah, tier 6, small tank actually. Tier 7, also enormous. Look at all these guns on it, it looks pretty mean. Yeah, and the armor keeps getting better. Quite slopey. Not so slopey here on the plate there. You also see that the depression will be hindered by these mini turrets, but will be better over the sides. But these areas on the tank are quite vulnerable, as I have already seen in battle. The armor is quite good actually. If you see 100 and oh crap, it's only 70 here, but it will be spaced armor as you have a plate running along this side and the tracks covering it still up. But it is tricky, and I'm not sure about this part. If this is also 70, this is bad news. but the back is very well armored with 150 millimeters, so that's good if people with HE start approaching you from the rear and think they have a chance. So next up, you see I already put some camo on this. This is quite a fun tank. I have played this. You see there is no depression here. That's a big problem, but here on the sides you have very decent depression actually. Let's have a look at the guns. I'm using the 15 centimeter howitzer, but you can also use this 10 centimeter, which gives you a bit more of a reliable output of damage, I guess, with 215 penetration and 330 damage. There is no premium shells on this one, so that's something to take note about, as well as on this derp gun. The heat shells are available for credits. It's a bit like a T49 light tank then. You see it's a bit better penetration, the same damage as the AP shells, but with the HE you have more. So this you should use for people you do want to penetrate and yeah, are on quite low health, so if you penetrate they will be killed, and if you face anything higher you should just shoot these ones. Again, the armor is quite nice with 200 millimeters all around, 105 on the side. This thing has freaking stairs on the side, it's enormous. Let's get back to the Tiger again as a reference. It's big. Yeah, this enormous shotgun makes it look like a naval gun, a battleship on tracks, and it has guns and machine guns everywhere. I like it. Let's go to the tier 9. Also very nice slope on this, 250 millimeters, very wide tracks, and a relatively small doesn't really count in this way, but yeah, anyway, fairly small lower glacis. And yeah, this front is not very wide, not very big either. And then you have the big turret front of 250. Hull is 150. The only little tiny aesthetic thing I'm not happy about is that they just copy pasted these plates. Look at this mark here and look at the other side, it's the same bloody mark. So they're a bit lazy on that. It even has rear lights, pretty enormous. Yeah, coming to the gun. Oh, come on. Right, there is a choice of two guns on this machine. The tier 10 gun and the tier 9 gun. This is, you see, a bit more of a HE gun, if you like. The rate of fire is slightly better, but you have much higher penetration on this one. However, yeah, with 230 you can still use it, and I mean 450 damage is sort of okayish. This gun has quite horrible aim time, but I tend to use it because this tank is so slow that if you're moving, it's kind of like a talk. You just shoot it and you will hit because you're so slow. The dispersion of the gun won't ever be so big. Yeah, this is the biggest of all the tanks, the tier 9. Let's have a look on how this looks to, say, an E75. Yeah, E75 just starts looking like a light tank, or pretty cute. This is a freaking battleship. This naval gun on it, it's pretty awesome. Yeah, like I said, this is the biggest tank. If you go to the Type 5 here, you see that the engine deck is missing here. And again, they have been lazy on these models, as I just copy pasted these plates here, which come 1-to-1 from the Type 4. So yeah, slight little mistake, if you like. I like the aesthetic part of the tanks, but some people don't give a crap. Okay, the only difference here is that you have 10 millimeters extra armor. You miss these engine deck, which is nice for not having, yeah, having less of you to hit. However, you're still enormous, of course. About the gun, same thing as on the tier 9, one gun only, and the rate of fire is a bit better. The aim time is lower and the dispersion is lower. Yeah, so pretty much talking right here. Let's have some quick recommendations on equipment you're gonna pack. A rammer is always nice. A improved ventilation for, yeah, just moving your tank about is pretty good. And super heavy spool liner is a must because RTs will love this machine, and this engine deck is a very soft target to hit, and you're gonna have a pain in the neck if a shell manages to penetrate here. So like I said, let's have a look on the tier 8 and the tier 9 replays. Personally, I like the tier 9 much better than I do the tier 10, because you basically have the same tank and you have a bit more of this underdog role on this tank, plus you can get better matchmaking because you have basically the same armor, you have basically the same gun, basically the same tank. Yeah, I will show you a short fragment of the tier 10 and what kind of battles I was getting here on this test server. It's test server all around, it's weekend, it's madness. Okay, let's see some gameplay. So here, first battle in the tier 8. Oh ho! I've chosen to load the derpy 100 and how much is it? Anyway, a big gun with HE shells. Like I said, this was the one that doesn't have any gold shells. And we're playing on D-Day of being top tier, which is nice. Good thing about that they add a whole line of tanks is that, oh wait, CDC from the side, and oh, this guy is so lucky. Anyway, if they add a whole line, which is nice because there is enough tanks to play around with, because normally you have much troubles in getting anything lower than a tier 8 in a battle. Luckily, no such thing right here. Yep, 380 on the Panther 88. Notice this this bug, it's a test server after all. You see, this other OHO takes 1028 of the Rheinmetall, and the other OHO here is deciding only to shoot heat shells. And you see he bounced off his first shell of me, and that's quite nice. So you see I'm struggling with the gun depression here on the front, but get a shot over the side here. If these stupid side turrets get out of the way, something to get used to. The problem is if you turn your tank like this, you expose your side and this little side of the front of the turret and the tank, which leave you exposed with a flat surface they can hit, which is annoying. I wanna shoot this guy with a that was close shot, and it's, you see, actually flew under his tank and exploded him just because of the splash here. Enormous glitch again. I decided to go back into sniper mode because there's no glitches right there. And we can advance on this guy. Is 2 OHOs against 1 OHO. Ho ho, let's go. Yep, it takes another hit. So now he should be one shot for me. Does it? Nope, only 155, but he bounces his heat shell again, and the super piercing also bounces. This armor is holding up pretty well until now, which is good. The other HO, you see, driving on the move, killing it because it's such an enormous target. And here again I struggle with the gun depression, but here I take a nice chunky 378 out of him. And now you see his tank again glitching. And he has decided he has enough of this and decides to go down. Oh, but there, out of nothing, there is a Ferdinand. Take out his tracks, but he repairs them. But luckily we're 2 OHOs and this guy is gonna have a very bad day. And this friend OHO of mine is lucky again as he sets the Ferdinand on fire, his second tank on fire. And here I derp a little bit by not judging the distances correct. As both tanks I can't hit. Decide to go forward. But then suddenly I see a OI behind me, the tier 6, and he takes a little hit. And then there is also the A45 shooting at me. I take an HE hit, but I do a very nice hit of a distance of 427, even though the A45 is hiding in a bunker with only his turret visible. See, I used the wreck of the Rheinmetall Borsig, and I can take a shot on the side of the OI. It's enough. He's taken out first and last, but now it's the A45 in the distance. Like I said, only turret visible, and they start capping, which is bad news. does this gun behave on the distance? Yeah, that was close. Doesn't really count. One thing to mention which is extremely annoying about the tier 8, it has 2 radio men, and the tier 9 and tier 10 don't. They have an extra loader, so they kind of force you to spend gold on it if you have a decent crew and have, for instance, the 6 cents perk. Sorry, the Brothers in Arms perk. Pew. I would have loved to see how much that hit would have done if he didn't get so many hits before and the game is over, as the super brushing is dead, and that's pretty much it. See, nice score, first class, and a steel wall. Let's have a look at the score. Top on experience, and it's basically because I blocked a lot of damage here. 3,720. Yeah. This other guy, 4,000 damage, but he only blocked 940. And we end up about the same amount of experience. Yo. Not bad at all. I like this one. So let's move on to the tier 9, the Type 4 Heavy. This thing is the biggest tank in the game at this very moment. You see here the penetration values quickly. And I decided to mess around a little bit with the shells in this game, and in the end you see me playing with some HE shells, and it doesn't really work out, but you'll see that later on. Anyway, biggest tank in the game. The good thing about this is the gun depression is really nice, as you see here, and it doesn't have these little front turrets like the tier 8 had. However, this tier 8 was a really fun tank. So tier 9 battle, very nice. You see my buddy in the Type 4 already gets his track taken out. And this is basically perfect to go to the city and do a little rampage here. You see some real strength of this tank coming in this battle. Here we go. Conqueror is the first. I angle my armor. There's no little turrets to worry about. I advance slowly with doing the cruise control only once. Shooting him for 567. Reload is pretty long on this tank, but you can survive long enough because you have so much armor. Plus you can roll back easily. If you're not in the open at least. It does really suffer in the open. Or if the battle goes so fast and you're just lagging behind. But every T95 driver will know what I'm talking about. Nice shot right there. Some support damage for the T49 finishing this guy off. You see the shot went on my lower glazes and didn't penetrate, so that's good. I want to take out T49, but I have no luck. But there is another Type 4 which I can take advantage of. Oh wait, there he is. Again on the move, I'm shooting. I'm so slow I can just shoot, and these tanks are so bloody enormous, the shots are hard to miss. I'm reloading. You see I'm angling my armor, moving back and forth so he doesn't really have a focus on my lower plate, and he doesn't penetrate. But I'm gonna struggle right there. You see my indicator is yellow, green, yellow, green. It's hard to find a place, and I'm bouncing and he bounces as well. Not bad at all. Yeah, so you kind of have to be aware of where the battle is going, because you are not gonna be the first to catch the latest events. So, moving on slowly and not swiftly. There is a dead ST1 in the way, but hey, what can you do? I have 130 tons of Japanese steel for you right there. A little bump wiggle about. A minimal chance to hit, but I take him still. On the move, wiggling about. Like I said, very little room, and still the shot flies where it should go. Perfect. Battle's going quite okay. 8-7 at the moment. can go either way still. But you can see they have a lot of very low health tanks. But here is a meaty target for me. But he's angled extremely well, so I don't shoot at him. Maybe his turret front, but yeah. Oh, misjudged the height of the T-49 just because my gun is so freaking high. That's kind of hilarious. Anyway, type 4 heavy, 7 seconds left. He is derping completely by turning his turret around. I'm not sure what he's doing. And before I even get the chance, he's already gone. Whoa, that T-49 took a big hit on the ISU 152. Too late to kill him. But hey, he's still dead. 3 tanks left. The Rheinmetall Borsig, the S51 and the Jagdtiger. If we are gonna mess this up, then we suck. Is what we can conclude. Yeah, so I haven't left a single point of hit points, so that's nice. Jagdtiger is all the way on the other side, so this is a huge struggle to even get there. So I decide to first check out if the Rheinmetall is still on the place where he was last spotted. Especially if I'm shooting these HE shells. Yo, I can have a very nice day. S51, just a little penetration here. You see the Rheinmetall is actually spotted behind me, and crap, I already took a hit. Was that a heat shell? Anyway, he takes a big chunk out of me, and my HE basically is not necessary as he only has 260 hit points left. I start moving forward so the S51 won't have a shot at me. Like I said, this tank is really favored by artillerists. And can I reload in time? Nope, crap. But he keeps moving backwards, which is good news for me. Can I take this guy out? Yep, there he is again. And yeah, my HE shells derped completely. It's still a KV hull, of course, so that's kind of what you need to take into account. I actually check what the heck is this penetration all about. Can't I kill this guy? But I get a retrial here. See you later, alligator. Skip forward a little because this is gonna take a long time before I chase down this Jagdtiger. There he is. Huge glitch again. This is pretty darn annoying. He only has 295 hit points left. I just take the... Nah, doesn't go in. But how the hell am I supposed to play? Sort it out, please. 5 seconds left. What the F? Anyway, still trying to finish this game. Come on! Actually see, oh crap, it doesn't go any further here. Just take a hit. Come on. What the hell? Again, that was close. Don't do this. I want to shoot these HE shells at his front just to see how much damage it's capable of doing with 70 penetration. Come on. Bounce. In this case I'm not really sure what to do because your AP shells also won't go through his front. So I still have the hit points to play with, so just advance, advance, advance. 2 seconds left, come on, can I still pump one in? Yes. Goodbye. But no. RG says no. Game over. Here we go, first class again. 2000 experience times 2. Yeah, some critical hits here and there, but not on the Jagdtiger I hit at last. Not so much info here. Then on the team score, top experience of 1030 of 3k damage done. Slight loss here actually, but for the... I would have had 15k with a premium account. Yeah, not bad at all. So the last little clip I have for you is the tier 10 battle I tried out, but then the test server happened. Just have a look at the comment messages here. Yeah, 2 team kills already by the enemy team. This is the tier 10. You see, it's pretty much like the other one. And I'm just reporting these guys because come on. This is no fun. Hoppa, the third artillery drowns himself. It's already 0-3 and we have done nothing. And then a fourth one dies. Come on, what is this? Yeah, in the end I think they ended up on 6 tanks. Sorry, 5-0 already. This is where it goes. Okay, this battle didn't work out really well. I was just too slow, it went too quick. Hope you liked it. Thank you for watching. Catch you next time. Like, subscribe and comment. See ya.